Hey guys, it's Dan, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Today, I just kind of wanted to hop on here and talk about some stuff that I've been kind of encountering in my life, and I want to share that out there to you guys so that you guys can maybe take that on and embrace it. So recently, I've encountered a lot of people just kind of like questioning how I'm able to apply for different positions and kind of have the spotlight placed on me for different things. And it's really just kind of like bothering them. And I just kind of want to share it with you guys on how to become somebody that stands out like I have. So, the most recent occurrence of this was I had one of the BPs at the credit union that I work at come in and say, "Hey, you, my office right now, we need to talk." And I was kind of like, that's not typically a good thing. So I kind of like paused everything that I was doing and went and talked with them. And it was actually something really, really good. It was the credit union was getting ready to pop open a couple new positions, and we had talked about how I apparently fit both of those roles and should apply to both of them, as there's a lot of people talking about me and wanting to see me grow within the credit union. And I think it's just really nice to stand out and kind of be in that limelight so you get brought into these situations. I know when I got back, there was a couple people being like, "Hey man, are you okay? Are we going to see you tomorrow?" kind of thing. But thankfully, it was all positive. So I kind of told him, I was like, "Yeah, no, it was just kind of like a, hey, you should do this type of meeting." And after it kind of got brought out to everyone and most people knew what had happened, they were like, "Hey man, how come you're getting these? How come everyone is coming to you to get your input and try to level you up to these other higher positions? Why do you look like you're getting special treatment?" And I wouldn't necessarily say it's special treatment, but I think it's because of the fact that I have been able to make myself stand out and essentially fake it until I make it kind of thing. And there's a lot of people that don't really understand that and they don't know how to do that. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. So, the ways that I have made myself stand out is really, in my opinion, by not doing the bare minimum. I don't really do a whole lot extra, but I do a little bit more than the bare minimum. I'm always there at least 10 minutes early. I'm always checking in with my team, with managers, being like, "Hey, what needs done? How do we do this? How do we do this? Where can I help you and make your life easier?" As well as just going around and talking to other departments and just saying, like, "Hey guys, like this is what we're working on. How does this work with you? How can we make life easier for you guys?" And then anytime that I have had a meeting or an interview with somebody, I go in and I tell them, I'm like, "Hey, look, I really enjoy my time here. I want to grow. I want to learn everything. I'd love to be in this position and then eventually take yours. I want to do your job and the person above you's job and the person above you's job. I've done the people below, and I want to know how every single person does their job and how everything operates." And it really just kind of sets a precedence of like, "Hey, you can't leave me where I'm at because I want to grow, I want to flourish, and I will make sure that that happens." And there's a lot of people out there. I know my generation has been really bad about kind of that culture where we do the bare minimum and we leave, which I understand quite a lot. But at the same time, a lot of people are leaving for the wrong reasons. They're doing the quiet quitting thing. And they don't realize that in order to move up, you have to stand out. You have to do better. You have to be better than these people that are doing the quiet quitting and not really taking things seriously. I know that ideally what I want to be is my own boss at some point in time, but I need to learn those skills in order to get there. And I will apply and try to move up in any possible way that I can until something happens to where I can't move up. And then I will go somewhere else. And I want to make sure that everyone there is going to be a good reference for me. That's another thing many people forget about, is being like, "Oh, yeah, this isn't my forever job. I don't really care. I'm just going to do what I need to until something else comes up." Why not have that mentality like, "Yeah, no, this isn't where I want to be," but try to go above and beyond. So when you do inevitably have that time where it's like, okay, it's time for me to move, everyone there loves you, and it's kind of hard to leave. So you have some negotiation tactics that you can have if you really do want to stay. But as well, when you do go somewhere else, you have all those good references to be like, hey, look, this is what he did here. He's going to come there and he's going to work his way up. He is a phenomenal employee. Make sure you treat him well. And that's what I really, really want. I want to stand out. I want to be different. And that's the mentality that you need to have. I know it's kind of scary and it's weird. I'm very antisocial. Video probably coming on that soon. So I don't like being in the spotlight because it makes me feel uncomfortable. But I know in order to succeed and to do better, I have to be in that spotlight and I have to make good decisions and be responsible. And that's where you really need to work on. You need to be able to be like, hey, yeah, no, hey, I screwed up. I'm going to be humble about this. I'll take the punishments and repercussions, but what can I do to do better? Like, I understand I made a mistake, but what can I do to fix that for myself, as well as maybe guide somebody else into not making that mistake? And that speaks volumes. There's so many people that just try to play things off and blame somebody else. But when you're able to just be humble and accept responsibility for your actions, that right there alone will make you stand out compared to everyone else. I know that I'm guilty of it. There's been a couple times I'm like, I don't know what happened. I never did this. And I'm the one that broke the thing or made the mess up. And I've really been working on holding myself accountable over the past couple of years and not letting myself fall into that trap and making somebody else take the fall or just leaving something out there. There are going to be mistakes from time to time that are really no way around other than a super harsh punishment. And sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. There's been a couple of times I've been pulled into the office and be like, that's not how you go about this. And I'm like, yep, I understand. It'll never happen again. And I make sure that it never happens again. And I just try to be very apologetic and figure out what ways I can do to make it right. So yeah, you guys have to make sure that you're making yourself stand out in order to really grow and succeed. And I know that that's something common that you see here on like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. All these people are trying to do things to make themselves stand out. And it's that mentality. And everyone needs to be able to embrace it. And it's one thing to say it and one thing to do it, but I promise you it isn't as hard as you think it is. You need to just start going day by day, accepting responsibility for things, or just offering a friendly hand to be like, hey man, like you look like you're drowning. Let me help you out here. That's all it really takes. And that starts putting that seed in people's minds that, hey, this person's good. Like, I want to make sure that I keep an eye out for them. They scratch my back. I want to make sure I scratch theirs. And that's really all there is to it. So yeah, you guys, kind of a rambly, different video, but it's just something I've been noticing that I've been standing out, and luckily it's in a good way. There are ways to stand out in a bad one, but we're not even going to talk about that. And I just wanted to kind of put that thought process here out with you guys and share it with you all so that you guys can kind of think of different ways to stand out in the industry you're in and how to make yourself grow and inevitably just become top dog in whatever it is that you're doing. And I hope that that really just reinforces that drive into you to become somebody to stand out. But with that all being said, you guys, my name is Dan. I hope you all did enjoy. If you would, hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't from here before, as well as maybe ringing that bell just to stay up to date with all of my future videos. But like I said, my name is Dan, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.